Welcome to apniphysics.com. In this video I will discuss about the technology in education, that how technology play the role nowadays in education system. We are in the age where we are experimenting on the students by using this technology. So what are the merits and demerits in the traditional teaching perspective, or what is the smart way of teaching methodology? So in general, right now I am talking about the Indian teaching perspective, that maximum school and colleges, except to some cities, metro cities, are following traditional teaching. If someone is saying that they are using technology in education, they are just using a smart board, projector with PPTs and some animated movies. And it is very rare that in schools or colleges a teacher teach by demonstration of the particular concept by using some experiment or other model. So mainly my purpose is to show my interest and the worry about the education and the present scenario. So there are two type of students. One, those who are playing with the technology and they are very smart, and second are those who are almost traditional students. They know about the technology, they know about the school, colleges, classroom pattern, they are aware about that. And second thing is about the teaching. In generally, the teaching methodology adopt the pattern of black and white boards, PPT projector, and this laptop, tablet, and use of Wi-Fi. So these are some basic points by which one can say that they are using technology. So I am saying this is just a traditional way of teaching the students in a classroom, and because of that, those who are very smart and technically sound, those students don't like traditional teaching, and because of that they lose their interest in the classroom. So but it is very rare that a teacher can identify those students. He generally observed that these type of students either don't show the interest in the lecture, they come late into the classroom. If they stay into the classroom, either they will disturb other students or they will try to sleep. So if such kind of behavior is appearing with a student, it means either the student is very intelligent or the student is technically sound. There is no any interest in traditional teaching. So in general, a teacher basically describe the concept and drive the formulae, explain these physical significance. Sometimes some people use uh, PPT just to show the or reduce the uh, pictorial view or concept of the topic, and they just try to show some animated movie by using the idea of such kind. If they think they are using they just feel that they are using uh, technology in education. But from my point of view, the students, those who are technically sound, will not like this traditional teaching where we are teaching just the concept, derivation, and the application into day-to-day life. And sometimes it is very difficult in some subjects that they don't or they are not able to tell that the physical significance of that concept where that concept is using in our daily life. So they just teach as a, from teaching point of view, this is the topic, this is the explanation, these are possible questions related to this, and ask some related questions to that topic. So the point is basically is that we are in the age of where we are experimenting on the students of the existing technology, and when we use the word of technology, ICT, into the education, that means there are only some basic tools, as I told earlier, that you are using projector, you are using PPTs, you are just trying to show some animated movies related to any concept, but these are only or by use of Wi-Fi, search by Google. So these only 3 to 4, or sometimes some school and colleges are using a smart board or LED TVs. These TVs are just to show only the movies related to the concept, and mostly they are animated movies. So now these are the tools by which we are saying that we are using technology in the education system. And right now there is a big number of the students who are technically sound. Technically sound from which point of view? Technically sound means the children from the childhood are watching TV, using mobile phones, using internet, playing the games, not only physical game, they are playing into the PC and in outdoor indoor games also. So if in the age of 3 or in the age of 2 the children starts to learn these basic things, so at the age of 13, 14, 15 years they becomes so much mature to use such kind of technology. And when we teach them into the classroom by the traditional method, where a teacher stands nearby to the board and explains some concept in the traditional way, because in maximum school, and maximum means almost all the schools and colleges, there is a pattern of teaching that there is a fixed syllabus, there are some fixed contents of the chapter that teacher teaches into the classroom, whether you are in a smart school or in a traditional school or a smart colleges or in traditional college, everywhere a syllabus is fixed for the examination purpose, and teacher teach them this syllabus either by using the blackboards, whiteboard, or by using this PPT projector, animated movies, and by using sometimes the Wi-Fi laptops. So these are the only points. But right now the student is so mature up to the plus 1 and plus 2 level that he was playing with the technology, and right now we are teaching them in a traditional way, so it could not be possible that he will accept or she will accept the traditional teaching. So it, he will or she will can lose their interest into the education, into the classroom, right? So these are some points which I have noticed, that if a student is losing their interest in the classroom, it might be that a student is technically sound. And now it means that the teaching methodology and the students, or one can say that there is a gap in between the teaching and the learning of the students. Students are not ready to learn by the whiteboard or blackboard or by the PPTs or by animated movies. So these were the basically the points only when the students have to learn the subject in a depth. He want to basically to learn more things about the subject, only then this pattern or this methodology is applicable. But right now the time is of interdisciplinary learning, and there are so many subjects and time is limited for the student. So there are some technical problem also, so I am not just discussing about that. I am just discussing about this thing, that there is a gap in between the traditional teaching and the learning of the technically sound students. So how to identify those students, and how to teach them, teaching to the traditional student and teaching to the in technically sound students in a classroom is a challenging job. So the point is, when the teacher is teaching in a traditional way, some students lose their interest, either because of that they are technically sound, and second point is some student don't know about the concept. So I'm keeping this side, these points in one side, and coming on the other hand. So now, how to teach those students who are very technically sound, or if we are saying that we are using technology in education, so that basically concept is coming from the Western countries, and right now I am into the India, and where we are just using this technology in education system by saying that we are using two cameras, or we are teaching by this online method, or we are teaching by the PPTs, by the animated movies, by through demonstrations are very rare, I have seen in general. So these are the points. So, and because of that there is a gap, and gap is coming gradually. So now the point is, if we have to use technology in education, that should be proper, because we have to design our syllabus according to the technically sound students. And what is the purpose of that course? What is the purpose of that study? Right? So these are some basic questions. For that we have to design our courses according to the technology. If suppose instead of showing them animated movie and PPTs or some derivation or some concept, in addition to this we have to develop our syllabus in this way that we just feed some input and see the behavior of the concept. So simulation based subject are important in the present scenario, because students don't want that they go into the depth because of some reason. Up to the +2 level they learn shortcut. Very few students who learn very in depth. And second point is that because of the competitive examinations they don't go into the classroom frequently, and as a result they don't perform the experiment, so they lose their interest into the experiments. Very few school and very few colleges are who focus on the experiments, and schools are very rare which I have seen. Schools generally give the preference on the results and into the competitive examinations. So after the +2 examination, when the students enter into the college, and into the college there are different courses, and in different courses have their own syllabus, theoretical portion and the experimental part. And experimental part is also important, that carries some weightage, some credits into the course. So ultimately they have to perform the experiment, but problem is that they don't have basic about the basic knowledge about the experiments, that how to perform the experiments, how to draw the graphs, how to take the observations. So that is also a main problem. And so one problem is that students are technically sound. Second point, whatever they studied up to the +1 and +2 classes, that was very short, that was based on the trick, that on the trick, and the depth was very rare. And so there are very few schools or very few students who study the subject very depth, in very thoroughly or in depth. And so it might be a reason. So the solution of this discussion is that if we are using, or if we are saying that we are using technology in education, that should be proper. It does not mean that just to visualize the concept of any particular topic we use the PPT or we use the animated movies or other things. It will be better that we show them that concept through the experiments, by designing the experiment or by demonstration, that will be more effective as compared to the PPT or as compared to the animated movies. And in addition, if suppose these tools are also helpful, I'm not saying that these are not important tool, but these are important, equally important. But more effective for the learning of a student will be the performing of a experiment in the related to the same topic, to know more about the subject, to know more about the concept. And in addition to this, for the technically sound students, the use of technology will be better if we converted our subjects, our courses in simulation based problems. So those students who are interested, those who are playing with the technology, they will show their interest in the simulated based problems, and then from there they can uh, see or they can learn better about the subject, about the topic. And one thing is very important, when I'm talking about the basic subject, physics, chemistry, math, all the subjects are interrelated. So in a physics, when we use the formula, a mathematical formula, that should be linked with the detail of that origin of the mathematics. So that should be online, that should be available online. So if a students want to know more about the mathematical portion of the any concept, so then that time that he or she can search more about that topic. So right now the point was related to the technology in education. So I personally, these are my personal point, and I personally feel that the learning of students are affecting because of the experimentation of the technology in education, and we are not using properly the technology in education system. So for that we have to provide or we have to convert our syllabus or the courses in simulation based problems instead of solving directly on notebook by pen. It is helpful for many students, but not more helpful for those students who are technically sound. So for them it is important that we make a bridge between those two type of students who are traditional, and those who believe in traditional teaching, where a teacher teaching by the same pattern. He says something about the topic, he tries the result, he solves the numerical problems, he tells some application related to that problem. So these points are important, but in addition to that, our syllabus, our courses should be should be in digital form, and all the problems related to the concept, that should be simulation based. So a student visualize the physical picture related to that enter the numerical value, and as a result see the behavior of the concept. And simultaneously we have to develop an experimental part of the concept also. So student, technical student can learn from the simulation based problem, and also can learn from the by doing or by performing the experiment. But performance and involvement into the experiment are very rare, because up to the plus 2 level some schools are not interested to perform or to make involvement of the students. So because of that they lose their interest into the experiment, and they know just conceptually this is the point related to that topic. They don't feel that topic in real life, or they are not able to visualize. Actually they know about the topic, they can explain because they have crammed the topic, but they are not able to relate that physically, and they cannot visualize in actual form. So these are the points right now about the technology in education, and especially for Indian traditional teaching perspective. So if we are playing with the young generation, so we have to take care about these things, that we use technology in a proper way. We give them everything about the technology. um, and there is a right now there is a big mismatch about the teaching and about the learning of a student in a classroom, and because of that young generation are losing, maximum number of students are losing their interest about the study. they are not able to focus about the concept. So these are just my personal points. It might be that can be wrong at some point, but whatever I have seen and whatever I have observed in my life, I am just sharing about that. So it might be helpful for someone, that we have to use the technology in a proper sense for the betterment of all the students, and we have to make a bridge so almost all the students remain on the same frame, so there no create the mismatch between the students. And because of that, because of this experimentation, technically sound students are losing their interest, losing their academics also, because very few teachers are there who can recognize them or who can identify them. This is the point also. So in a classroom, the students, if are losing their interest into the study, it might be that he is not able to make an equilibrium with that system, because of he is technically sound, and other reason might be for other students. So this, I'm saying that if we have to use technology in education, we have to use that in a proper sense, not like that by using the projector, by using the Wi-Fi, by using the laptop, by using the tablets, mobile phone, etc. So we have to use everything about the related to the technology, but in a sense to keeping all these students in mind that there are two type of students, and we have to make a balance between them, and we have to bring uplift all these students, and we have to develop more those who are technically sound. So we have to take care of them also, otherwise we will lose those technically sound students. uh, those can be useful for the country or for the society. So it is important into the education system that we make a bridge between the technology and the teaching. So thank you for watching this video. Your comments are important. If you say something, if you have any point, if you have noticed any point that this was the wrong, you can comment about that below in this section. Thank you.